Paul Adom Otchere a Ghanaian media personality aye na ye nim se obone ho modern pa media space ni mo na oni obi enya crash na nipo ni enya crash no the Minister of State in charge of government communication Ora Felix Kwakye Ofosu nti Ora Felix Kwakye Ofosu ene Paul Adom Otchere Asia wo show bi so good morning Ghana enano pay ampo na ene omuhia ye no na ese omo discuss ye interview so nim say show so de okot na che say ye bisa mo ana che say ma cheche mo adwen ho na Ora Felix Kwakye Ofosu etutu bi de ma Paul Adom Otchere say Paul na say ne ya wo ye wo show so good evening Ghana no enye kra first no na mi tie o pa ye Felix Kwakye Ofosu na all can say you say na mi tie o Ghana fo nyina tie o etiti ni ani ntiri nyina etie we san say utumi to nsa frɛ omo munim de na odi omo ba wo good evening Ghana show ni so na afa de wa kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mama Ghana fo nyanti ase wo nyama bebre ho nanso na de akoy de say de why no partisan politics no akoy de say obesa o de score 2 points or 4 points even as that chi bi say NPP for ba no mo position bi e de ama na say o pese wo fa flag bearership position ana ene ebe ya nkeja na kofa bi ne hu se sa e na o pese o ye wo show ne so yenko tie se ne Felix Kwakye Ofosu e kan nsem esify.
Adom Otchere is host of Good Evening Ghana and a seasoned journalist and the former board chair of Ghana Airport Company Limited. Paul, good evening. Thank you. So that's a good evening. Good morning. Good to see you.
Well, you're used to him on Good Morning. Good Evening Ghana.
Yes.
Except that these days, I don't know what Good Evening Ghana is. But what is it?
I'm not seeing it.
Looks more like it looks more like an NPP satirical show these days than the top and leading current affairs program that we had decades ago.
This is
Paul would have to explain.
No, that's fine. That's the opinion that you have.
Paul, it's not an opinion. You know, I'm an ardent. When I started politics actively, I was an active listener, and even if I disagreed with your positions on some issues, I respected the.
Well, as far as we are concerned, our ratings are better now.
No, amongst NPP supporters.
No, in general.
Amongst NPP supporters. Amongst NPP supporters.
No, you can. No. It's
what you do on Good Evening Ghana these days cannot transfer the credible current affairs, leading current affairs program on TV.
Why? Why do you say?
What is that? Because that's become an NPP.
I'd like to respond to some of the
it has become no problem. Other one you have opportunity. But
so
these are plenary comments.
Yes, please.
Okay.
By nature, I am liberal in my thinking. So I am able to disagree with people and still respect what they stand for. So that Paul is NPP has always been known. It's not something that has not been known. But we still have respected the platform that he had on Good Evening Ghana, where leading figures, newsmakers, luminaries in society, everybody who matter, anybody who was anybody in this our socio-cultural setting, appeared to discuss important national matters. Then before long, especially when President Akufo-Addo rose to power, suddenly the thing has become an NPP outlet, where bizarre, sometimes outrageous propaganda is churned out. I mean, these days, he will go and pick Facebook posts of NPP propaganda and come and brandish it as fact. You know, and if you are not lucky, you will be dressed down on that show without any opportunity to even respond. So clearly, it is not what it used to be. Understand me? And it has nothing to do with the fact that he is MPP. Let me place that on record. The MPP is not a secret cult if you belong to the party. And it's also okay that now he has actually closed the loop and is now representing them on TV. Great. Okay. But he certainly must do something about Good Evening Ghana if he wants to go back to the period where it was a highly respectable. Currently, it is not. And surely, it cannot be a program that is enjoying great ratings. It is not. Great ratings amongst NPP supporters. Why not? If you have an outlet on TV, prime time on TV, you watch it as an NPP supporter. Okay. So I think that you should watch it carefully. Otherwise, it's a huge loss to your station, I must indicate, because people really tuned in. I watched it. Yes, but I watched it religiously because the quality of the discussion there was great. I mean, the likes of the late Akoto will come in, and you will disagree, but you will respect the cadence. You will respect the authority that he brought. These days, that is not the case. There's NPP propagandists, one-sided narratives. You know,
well, it's. I mean, programs evolve, don't they?
But it has evolved. It has evolved in the wrong direction, to be honest with you.
Okay, but it has evolved in the wrong direction. Like you said, it says that's your opinion, so that's fine.
Of course, but it's an opinion that I'm sure many people will say.
Okay, Paul, you have some preliminary thoughts to share before we get into some specifics?
Yes, on 2 issues, the economic matter that the minister addressed, and also he talked about Good Evening Ghana. I think I have to respond to us. I see the minister describes himself as a former viewer of Good Evening Ghana. Now we are putting together a product. So we do as much as we can to make sure that the product is improving. Good Evening Ghana has been running since 2001 up until now. We believe that we are still the topmost current affairs conversation every Tuesday and Thursday. That's what we believe. However, if an important person like an MP and a minister describes himself as a former viewer and that he doesn't like the format of the program anymore because it is not just political, it is comical, it doesn't raise real issues, it doesn't analyze much, we take that as feedback. We believe that we are doing a very solid work in terms of even court analysis from 2020 selection petition. Many viewers tell us that when it comes to court issues, they wait for Good Evening Ghana to explain it, and that our capacity to explain these philosophies of law have really helped them to understand a lot. They also tell us that the short documentaries that we put together about political events in Ghana is particularly gratifying to them. Many people call us from across the world all the time. We don't have other ways of measuring the program except the viewership that DSTV will report, and also what Facebook is reporting and what YouTube is reporting. If we put all this data together, we see that we have a tremendous following. The minister would like to caution us that that following may not be, it may be numbers, but it may not be part of the critical mass. If that is so, we take it as feedback. But we will continue to present our show the way that we do it in a very feisty way. The other point that we have made all the time is that no politician, whether you are on the left or on the right, is prevented tacitly, overtly or covertly from attending Good Evening Ghana. If any politician, whether it's NDC or NPP, wants to attend Good Evening Ghana, the door is open for anyone to attend. In the critical mass part of the election, Mustafa Bande, who is Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, called and wanted to find out whether I host NDC people on the show. And I said, well, he was criticizing that you don't host NDC people, only one side. I said, oh, my brother, you can come. And he came, and we had an interview. On that interview, he was very critical of NPP, and I hosted him. There was another time that I had a small conversation in terms of a political quarrel with unfortunately he passed, Mutala. And then I discussed it on TV. Then I traveled. I think Annie was hosting the show. They called me and said, look, Mutala wants to come. I said, oh, but of course, he should come. He came on the show and he had opportunity to express himself. So there's no issue about somebody cannot come. Any politician who wants to come. I'm delighted to grant Felix an interview on Good Evening Ghana. He can say all that he wants to say, but we believe that we have held up onto the political history of this country with data facts in a way that not many television programs have in their repertoire. If we go to our internet terabyte space, the amount of shared.
I was saying, Paul Adom Otchere say in some Felix Ofosu Kwakye canning now. On the other hand, is a feedback. It's an say, Sebi will be about shop and now say what better wadi and now we use to na and all cancel with the say the wadi ya me torn with the say I mean tobium. Yes, and say intino. And then na a very good feedback. A positive criticism or no sha ebetumi aboa no se na ebe ya show no ebetumi akoso yie na Good Evening Ghana no pache se on sha dan nyine ni se o se no sa debi na mom show no so obi a pese obasoba obetumi abaso bi se NPP foreigners epese omoba omo ene no omo frefre se ye pese ye bo kan ya se mayo cheche we mu enu nti na akoye de senia o to one lane no but there be enya sa NDC phones we se amosoma ba ben mu no mo pese mo ba na mo be yi nsem bia no na mo pese mo ba na o interview mo na mo cheche nsem bi mo eno ane se mo aka che ni se o Paul enwumre book yen na omo nso ono nso we book mo na che se mo ba na asem bi edi e wo ho esem bese mo ka no na fe de mo ka na Ghana fo nyina ate na mom ono de on share dan nyine ni say all partisan politics in line with the NPP eno ene nsema Paul Adom Otchere de reply minister in charge of government communication Felix Ofosu Kwakye eno ene nsema eno so ekọ ho e was interview no eso. Let's move on to the next update. Now you movie on